All right, guys, this is News Listener by Angelo, and today is May 31st, 2025. Sabado po ngayon, and thank you po sa mga makikinig sa YouTube channel na to. At if hindi pa kayo nakapag-subscribe, please subscribe to this channel. Okay, so pag-usapan natin yung recently na nangyari doon sa Davao City, kung saan halos lubog yung syudad ng Davao City. Now, may mga nagsasabi na mga DDS supporters ng mga Duterte, sa Manila nga, baha eh. Doon sa mga ibang lugar nga, baha eh. Wala namang ginagawang yung presidente. Okay, pero pag-usapan natin, sino ba talaga ang mga tao na dapat magsaayos ng flood control management sa isang lugar? Okay? So punta tayo sa ito, actually ito sa Google lang to eh. Kung 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 gugustuhin nyo, actually you can search it and you can type here, who fixed the flood in a city? Yan yung tinype ko. So sabi ng AI, in a city, addressing flooding is multi-faceted process involving various entities, each playing crucial role in mitigation, response, and recovery. The primary responsible generally rests with the local governments, okay, LGU, yon, okay, and associate departments such as public works, urban planning, and water management. They are often supported by national government agencies such as Department of Public Works and Highways, or DPWH, and Department of Environmental Natural Resources, or DNR. DNR, as well as international organizations and private sectors. Okay, hindi lang ito nakasandal sa Pangulo ang magsaayos ng isang flood issue sa isang lugar. Okay? Now, breakdown natin to. Sabi dito, the local government, there are first in line of defense responsible for developing flood risk assessment, pag-assess, implementing flood resilience plan, okay, so pagplano at managing immediate response effort. Kung may mga nangyaring flood, sila yung first in line, okay? Sila yung responsible doon. Okay, so remember, they flood risk assessment, they have plans, flood resilient plans, at immediate response. Okay? So kung titignan mo nangyayari dun sa Davao, ulan pa lang yan. Tapos wala pang bagyo. Ano kaya mangyari kung merong bagyo doon? Diba? So, sa tingin ko, meron syempre yung kakulangan yung mga mamumuno sa isang lugar kung binaba ang kanilang lugar. Diba? Hindi lang to sa presidente, hindi lang to sa congressman. Actually, sa gobyerno, kung sino ng corrupt at incompetent, syempre dapat pag-usapan, 'di ba? Hindi lang isang tao. Okay? And dito, wala tayong pinapanigan. Neutral po tayo. Okay? So, yun dapat ang maintindihan nyo. So, okay, urban planning, transport departments, water facilities, okay, pwede nyo basahin kung na-search nyo yan, public works and departments. So, tulong-tulong ang national government including the local government para masugpo ang baha sa isang lugar. Okay, yun ang tatandaan nyo. Now, punta tayo sa YouTube. Papakita ko sa inyo yung information na naging ng isang Sara Duterte na meron siya dati. Okay? Okay. Ito.
Was surprised by Vice President Sara Duterte's confidential funds when she was still Davao City mayor. Now, one lawmaker wants the Commission on Audit to take a look at Duterte's spending even before she took on a national post. Reiniel Pawid with the details.
This post by former Finance Undersecretary and economist Dr. Shelo Magno is trending on social media. The graph chart shows
Thank you po, Prof. Shelo. Kasi ikaw yung isa sa mga tao na nagbubunyag ng mga kabulustagan sa mga incompetent public officials.
confidential expenses of Davao City from 2017 to 2022, derived from a Commission on Audit report. In 2017, Sara Duterte was mayor, and under her watch, Davao's
Okay, 3 taon, mayor siya.
confidential expenses supposedly reached 293 million pesos. In 2018, it ballooned to 420 million pesos. And from
Yun, kita nyo? 200, tapos naging 400.
2019 to 2022, it has reached 460 million pesos per year. The COA report
Oh, imagine, 400. Okay, ano nangyari sa Davao? Diba? And remember, confidential funds only use for confidential uses. Hindi po yan gamit sa mga ordinaryong bagay. Hindi ginagamit to sa intelligence at gathering, 'di ba? Hindi po yan sa ginagamit sa mga tree planting, gamit sa mga kung ano-ano, 'di ba? So imagine the total, I guess it's more than 1 billion pesos.
does not state the source of fund.
So kung ikukumpara mo yung data, kung magkano ang inallocate ng local government ng Davao for education, mas malaki pa yung napupunta sa confidential fund. So ako, kung pangkaraniwang
Yun. So mas malaki pa yung confidential fund kaysa sa education fund.
mamamayan at ganito yung gastusin o behavior ng pamahalaan ko, ng local government ko, ma-alarm ako, no?
If the graph is accurate, it is undeniable that confidential funds got the lion's share of Davao City's budget. It seemed it was more of a priority than the local health department's needs, even during the height of the pandemic. In 2020, the city's budget for the health sector is only 400 million pesos, over 60 million less than the confidential funds.
Yun, okay? So nakikita niyo ang pattern? Yan. Kung ganito ang mga binoboto ng mga tao doon sa Davao City, ewan ko lang, 'di ba? At wala. Hindi nyo man may-alis yung mga Duterte diyan, hindi nyo alam yung nangyayari talaga. Okay? Sa pondo nyo doon sa Davao City. Okay? Hindi lang ito sa Davao, maraming ding lugar, okay? Kaya bumoto sa susunod, malapit na yung 2028. Para sa mga politiko, naghahanda na sila. So bumoto po tayo ng competent, okay? At hindi na yung mga taong mahilig sa confidential funds. Okay? So thank you guys for listening. If you like this, please comment, subscribe, and yes, press the like button. And thank you po sa pakikinig, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Thank you.